Yo, in today's video, I'm going to be telling you how to get 0 ping in Fortnite Chapter 3 Season 3. And just before we get into the video, I'd like to take a moment to thank today's sponsor, Novos. If you don't already know about Novos, Novos is the #1 way for you to improve at Fortnite. The sign-up process is simple. You pick and choose what you need to improve on and what times you're available to practice. And then from there, you get your own training plan that is also fully customizable. These training plans are made by top-tier Fortnite players and coaches so that you know you're getting the highest quality tips and tricks available. And speaking of tips and tricks, Novos has a whole section dedicated to 100 of the best tips and tricks videos on YouTube, all curated by Novos so you know you're getting the best tips and tricks out there. So if you'd like to try out Novos for yourself, you can give it a try at the top link in the description. And thank you so much to Novos for sponsoring today's video. The first tip to lower your ping is to turn off all your replay settings. In order to do this, open your settings, go to your in-game settings, scroll all the way down to the bottom, and then make sure that all of these 4 replay settings are turned off. The reason why we turn these off is because when you're recording replays in the background, it does take quite a bit of game processing power. And this is going to mean that not all of your game's processing power is being focused solely on running the game. Instead, it needs to perform background tasks, which in this case is recording and saving your replay files, which will ultimately lead to higher ping. With this quick settings change, even if your ping doesn't change all that much, you will for sure notice that your game is running a lot smoother. The second tip to lower your ping, I'm sure you've heard a million times, but in case you haven't, you should be using an Ethernet cable if you're able to. An Ethernet cable is essentially a cable that gives you a direct connection from your router to your PC, Xbox, Nintendo Switch, or whatever other console you play on. The reason why Ethernet cables are so effective in lowering your ping is because they give you a direct connection to your console from your router. You don't need to worry about your Wi-Fi signal being too weak, and you don't need to worry about your connection dropping out randomly, and it's overall just a much more stable connection method. Now, if you can't use an Ethernet cable for whatever reason, the next tip I have is a good workaround so you can still use Ethernet without dragging a super long cable through your house. And that brings us right into the next way to lower your ping, and that's by using a Powerline Adapter. Basically, what a Powerline Adapter is a 2-adapter system where you plug one of the Powerline adapters near your router, and then you plug an Ethernet cable into the first Powerline adapter and then plug that Ethernet cable into your router, and then you get your second Powerline adapter and you plug that into the room where your console or PC is, and then you connect a second Ethernet cable from the Powerline adapter to your console or PC, and then you're good to go. This doesn't work for everyone, so please be wary of that if you're going to give this a try. I recommend buying a Powerline adapter off Amazon just in case it doesn't work for you. You can return it very easily. This is because Amazon is notorious for having amazing customer service, and they're not going to give you a hard time about wanting to return it. I'm gonna link a Powerline adapter on Amazon that I recommend down below if you'd like to give this method a try. The next tip to lower your ping isn't necessarily a tip to lower your ping as much as it is some settings to help you get lower input delay. Now, what does input delay have to do with ping? Well, essentially, having high input delay can actually make the game feel sluggish and slow and make you feel like you have high ping. So what we need to do is optimize our settings so that we get the lowest input delay possible. If you have low input delay, you are able to build, edit, and do pretty much everything much quicker, giving the impression that you have lower ping than you actually do. So with that said, let me go ahead and show you the most optimal settings possible for the lowest input delay. So getting right into the settings, I do recommend you use full screen over all the other window modes. Now the reason being is full screen will give you the lowest amount of input delay possible. And following that, I am currently not using a stretched resolution. And then after that, my graphics settings don't really matter, but what you want to look at is your graphics quality settings. Now these settings here are going to make the biggest difference in your input delay. So if you're on a low to medium end PC like I'm on, I recommend you have your 3D resolution set to 90 or 80% or so. Now the reason being is this is actually going to boost your FPS and lower your input delay. The reason being is because it actually gives Fortnite less pixels to render in, which can significantly increase your in-game performance. With that being said, I do have the rest of these settings on either near, low, or off, so I recommend you do the same because that's going to give you the best game performance possible. And then down in the advanced graphics settings, I have VSync turned off, show FPS turned on, and performance mode on as my rendering mode. And also, like I said earlier, go to your replays and make sure you have all of these turned off because that is going to give you some more game performance, and overall it's just going to make your game run just a little bit better. So with that being said, everyone, thank you so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, please let me know by leaving a like and subscribing to the channel with post notifications turned on so you never miss any of my future videos. Also, if you made it to the end of the video, comment cookie down below below and I'll heart your comment and reply to you to show my appreciation for you sticking around until the very end. Anyway guys, I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, stay safe, and thank you so much for watching.